What I didn't show you was that I built up the Smurf house around this metal piece, and I made a small door. I rolled out some brown clay on a pasta machine and made some wood markings on it and made a frame. Then I cut out a small window and put in a window frame. So that was the part for that. I took a piece of scrap clay and I put it over a metal ball and made a roundish shape. And I'm going to use that for making the top of my Smurf house. Not to use all my red clay, but I took a quite big piece of red clay here, and I'm going to put that out the side. And I'm going to flatten it out just with my finger. And I'm going to put it over the scrap clay piece. I'm making sure it's fitting my Smurf house and that I like it. I want it to cover all the parts of the scrap clay. Here I have the Smurf house. Now I'm going to make a chimney. For that I just used some white clay. I cut it in an angle and also straight on the top. I'm going to put it on my house and I'm going to make a hole into the chimney like that. And if you like, you can take a tiny piece of black clay. I'm going to show you. A tiny piece of black clay, roll it into a small bowl, and I'm going to take that and put it into the hole in my chimney. Like this, so it looks like it's really deep. And I'm going to take some opaque white clay, and I'm just going to cut out some pieces here, different sizes. And what I do is I'm going to roll it into a ball, squeeze it flat, and put it on the top of my Smurf house. And I'm gonna do that with a few of these. I like even more details on this one, but before I do make more, I'm going to bake this not to ruin it. I baked the Smurf house and now it's ready for details, but I'm going to put that aside for a second. I rolled out some green clay in a thick layer and I'm going to put everything down in this jar. So I'm going to make bottom piece for it, marking where my jaw is, how big it is. I have filled up my jar with green clay, as you can see. And I'm going to put this aside. I'm not going to bake this because I want to be able to work with it. I take some green clay in the same color as the other one that I wrote out on my pasta machine in one of my smaller settings. And I'm going to make a stand for my mushroom here. And I'm going to decorate my house now, and for that I'm going to roll this out in a very thin string. And I'm going to take some of my baking bond. I'm going to put it here on my house. And I'm just going to smoothen this out. so that my house just gets sticky. Then I start taking some of my green things here. And just putting it on my house where I like it. And I'm going to place it on my green here. And I'm going to take some tiny small pieces of green and stack around the house. I'm going to take my smaller dotting tool and I'm going to place this around my house. I'm going to make some small stones here in front of the door, and for that I take some white clay and I have some black sand. And I'm going to mix this sand into my white clay to give it a stony look. And I got that here. And I'm going to take off a tiny piece of this and I'm going to squeeze it down, and I'm going to use my toothbrush to make some texture on it. And there I have one piece of stone to take one of these pieces, and I'm rolling it into a tiny ball, and I'm going to place a tiny ball where I want my flowers to be. I made a few violet colored flowers on that too. And now when you're happy with it, you take your plate and you carefully remove it from your working surface. You put it into your jar where you like the house to be. So I'm just going to place it there and making sure my grass is completely at the bottom of the jar. And then I'm going to fill it up with grass, and that's going to take time, and I'm going to spare you for that. I've decided that I'm going to make a small pond in there, and for that I take a big dotting tool and I'm squeezing down in the clay where I want my pond to be. I have that in there, and I'm going to put grass all the way around it. And I'm not going to put in my pond, my water. I'm not going to put in the water before I'm ready for this to bake, because I'm going to make the water of liquid fimo gel. So for now I'm just going to put grass all over. The pond have rocks all the way around it now, and I have some more rocks, and I was thinking about making a small well with that, so I'm going to build that up from small rocks. I'm done with the well, and now I'm going to decorate it with a little of my grass around it. Now I'm having a space over here that I don't like, so I'm going to make a small bush, and for that I'm just taking a tiny piece of green scrap clay and I'm cutting off pieces of my green here, and I'm going to cover this part. I'm trying to show you even better. So I have the scrap clay and I'm covering it in these pieces. This way you have a funny little bush. Now I'm just going to take him and I'm going to dip him into a little baking bond to make sure he's going to stay where I want him. And I'm going to place him. And I forgot the doorknob. But it's not that good, but I have some gold clay, gold colored clay, and I'm going to make a tiny doorknob of that. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of my baking bond with my tool, and I'm going to put it on my door where I want my doorknob. I'm going roll it and squeeze it a bit. And then I'm gonna take it up. And I place it on my baking bond. And there I have the doorknob. You can see that. Place it next to my well. So I baked my house and I gave it like 20 minutes, so it's all baked. And now I'm going to fill in the liquid deco gel in the pond. All done. So happy crafting!